Hi there, everyone out there on YouTube. So here we are in the second month, and this is the first street preaching video where I've actually gone out and hit the streets. I've branched off from the university, which I might go back to, but it was nice to be able to get my feet wet a bit, try to make people comfortable enough to talk to me on camera. And now that I'm confident that I can do that, I went downtown and I started just walking up to strangers. So today I met a very interesting young man. We had a good conversation. I'm going to play it for you in a second. Guys, the reason I'm making these street preaching videos, other than just reaching out to people with the gospel, is to encourage you guys to strengthen your faith and give you the confidence as well as the knowledge to how to answer people's objections in person and show you how to present the gospel to them in a friendly, loving, and confident way. So I hope, if anything else from these street preaching videos, it'll just encourage you guys and strengthen you to become more powerful witnesses for Christ. Cool. Okay, hi everyone out there on YouTube. I'm here with Scooter, was it? Okay, yep. Scooter, nice to meet you. Scooter, what's the meaning of life? Why in the world are we here?
Have fun.
Have fun.
And mow down anyone who gets in your way when you're trying to.
Mow down anyone who gets in your way. So does that mean kill them?
If they're getting in the way of you having a good time and just doing your thing.
Okay, so because I want to better understand that. So if someone like Adolf Hitler, I'm trying to think of someone who mows down people who get in his way. He thought killing the Jews, they were in his way. So he killed a lot of people. Is that right?
I don't mean it to that extent.
Oh, I'm just curious.
So just do your own thing, have fun while you're doing it.
But don't kill millions of Jews.
If someone's getting in your way and trying to ruin your fun, your good time, then you get them out of the way.
So wait. So if I try to ruin your fun right now,
avoid those people, keep them out of your life.
Out of your life. But again, so what if in these extreme scenarios like Hitler, he did get them out of the way. He killed them. Is that right? Is that wrong?
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Why is it wrong? Because that's kind of what you said.
Well, he was just picking people of a certain ethnicity or any certain belief.
So it wasn't personal. He just started.
Okay,
exactly. And that's wrong.
Yeah.
But why is it wrong? I'm just curious. Where are you getting your morality from?
Well, it's just like you can't just single out a certain group.
But if you're getting in my way, anyone who gets in my way, that's a certain group.
I'm doing it on a one-on-one level, not on a one on 6 million level.
Okay, so what if some pesky Christians, they got in my way and they were saying stuff like, there's a God and he's going to judge the world in righteousness and don't have sex before marriage, don't drink, stop clubbing. Should we mow them down?
No, I think everyone's entitled to their opinion, but not to press it on anybody else.
But if they start pressing, then mow them down.
Well, my way of mowing that down is just avoid them. Just walk away, ignore them.
Okay.
Let them have their beliefs, whatever.
Do you believe in God?
No.
You do not?
No.
Okay. Why?
I've seen enough and experienced enough to just.
What's the worst thing you've ever experienced?
Well, no, just like look at the world.
I'm looking at
stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's like
it's pretty scary.
How can there be a God if he's allowing like children to be molested and children to be killed? Abducted.
Have you ever read the Bible? I'm curious.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a violent book.
There is violence in the book, but it's a violent world we live in. So I think we would expect, if the Bible is real, that it would give a real portrayal of what the world is like. I mean, Jesus, you've heard the story of Jesus. He was crucified.
Yeah, exactly.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
It's the worst death. It's the worst way to die. Sorry, it's kind of loud. You're a nice guy. I like you a lot, man. So yeah, if the Bible's true, we would expect the world to be violent, because the world is violent.
And it is a violent place, yeah.
So that doesn't seem, as long as the Christian God's real, he doesn't seem to be all that, not that he's not opposed to violence, but it doesn't seem contradictory to him.
Exactly, but like to me, it's what kind of a God
would allow that.
Would allow that, yeah.
Okay,
like I said, children being molested.
Have you heard the story of Adam and Eve?
Yes.
Okay, so God created man in a garden.
Yep.
He made a tree.
Paradise,
Paradise. So there was no sickness, pain, child molestation, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what God created, at least according to the story.
Yeah. And then man went and ruined it.
What man went and ruined it. So the question is, why did God give them that tree of knowledge of good and evil? You remember the story?
Yeah.
He said, don't eat from that tree. I forbid you to eat of it. Do you ever wonder why he did that?
You know what? That's a good question.
Can I give you some insight? At least according to what I think?
Sure.
I couldn't force a woman to love me. I might be able to, if I was a Muslim, force her to marry me, but I could never force her to have affectionate, deep-seated, loving feelings for me. If God created us to love him, that means he can't force us to love him.
Yeah.
Because that would be rape. Forced love is rape.
Yeah.
So if he created us to choose to love God, that means we actually are entirely free to choose to love or not. Not.
Yeah.
Which means, in order for love to be real, there has to be the possibility of choosing unloving things.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
the closest thing to love is hate. They're both two extremes.
They're two extremes.
They're the opposites, but they're
one
both,
has to sort of be possible for the other to be
one
possible.
can't coexist.
Right. So what if God made a perfect world, created everything, man chose to disobey God, and then there was a separation between the two. So the raping, the killing, the Adolf Hitlers, that's actually created from a lack of God, or a separation from God, rather than God himself. So your first argument, which is there's so much bad stuff in the world, has excluded your belief in God. I think it would actually support, maybe even support the existence of God.
I don't believe that there's a God in the way that they say there's this one supreme being that's all-knowing and loves everybody. And I don't.
You find that kind of hard to believe?
I can't believe in something that I can't see or prove or disprove.
I think you can prove the existence of God, and I think we can see it to some extent. Have you ever heard of Jesus Christ?
Yes, I have.
He claimed to be God.
Yeah.
He entered into world history. I imagine you've never seen Abraham Lincoln or Julius Caesar or Alexander the Great, but we know because of historical documentation they did exist.
Yeah, it can be proven.
It can be proven.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I believe Jesus existed. There's a lot of people who say that they're God or that they're the Son of God.
Okay, Jesus proved it though. Jesus proved it.
He may have.
Okay, so that's one way we have seen God.
Those books have been written and rewritten so many times.
I disagree.
It's like broken telephone.
We have ancient manuscripts that date back long ago, even before the time of Jesus. You know the Bible's two parts. You seem like you know a bit about this stuff.
New Testament, Old Testament.
New Testament, New Testament. The Old Testament was written before Jesus. In 1948, we discovered something called the Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, they are ancient manuscripts that predate the time of Christ. They contain all of the Old Testament scriptures, and they match word for word what we use today, and they contain the prophecies of the Messiah who is meant to be a Jew, come into the world, be rejected by his own people, die, come back from the dead, and then become known throughout the rest of the world. I mean, you could go to Australia, China, Japan, say, hey, have you ever heard of Jesus Christ?
In every language, you know?
I don't know if it's been rewritten, but the message has been relayed.
Translated,
right.
Language, right?
Just as he predicted. It's kind of fascinating, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. I don't mean to... I'm preaching at you pretty hard. I am a Christian. I was an atheist for most of my life. I imagine you believe in the theory of evolution. If evolution could be disproved, I say if to be generous.
If it can be disproved, I'll believe it.
If it can be disproved, would this lend credibility to what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was disproved and proven that creationism was the actual way everything happened, then
Okay. I'm going to give you a free DVD. I was an atheist until I watched it.
Okay.
I was just like you.
Okay.
I didn't even want to think about God. I watched this DVD, totally changed my life, and I'm going around telling people that, I think there is a God. There's good reasons for believing in him. Would you watch it?
I'll watch it.
Awesome, then. You have any questions?
Nope.
Cool, man. Thanks so much for your time.
Sweet, man.
So, what did you guys think? You know, the more I get out there and preach to people, the more common the objections become. I've heard them all before. You know, I'm waiting for someone to throw something new at me, but I've been on YouTube for 2 years. I've heard pretty much every argument, and I can confidently say that every argument against the existence of God, such as, you know, the problem of evil, there are really good answers to these things. And people obviously just haven't heard the answers, or they haven't spent much time thinking about them. But we are the ambassadors of this word, of the good news of Jesus Christ, so we should have answers. And we do have answers. So I'm hoping these videos have given you some resources to be able to get out there and give the answers to these people who obviously don't know. They obviously don't know. So Scooter was, you know, not really the type of guy that I would want to get chummy with, kind of intimidating looking, but again, I know that my God is with me, and I just pause for a moment when I go out street preaching. I say, Lord, be with me. Help me find someone who has an ear to hear and a soft enough heart. And the Lord always prepares someone for me to talk to. I've never gone out and not had anyone to talk to or give out a DVD to. So you put yourself out there and God will use you. But you gotta get out there. You gotta, you know, present yourself as someone that God can use, and the only way you're going to do that is by getting out there. And that could mean actually going out, or just you going into a chat room and start talking to people about God, or even here on YouTube. It's just a matter of getting busy. So I hope this has been encouraging you to get to you guys, and pray for Scooter, guys. Let's hope he gets saved. So God bless you guys. Stay tuned for more coming up this week. Take care. Oh, and if you want to support me this month, you can click right there on your screen. God bless you guys. Take care. Before we end this video, guys, there is a website that I want to bring to your attention. A 3-year-old girl is being abused by her father, and the mother lost custody of the child a few months ago. So she's running this website, and you can support her through donations so that she can hire an attorney and lawyers and get media exposure in order to resolve this horrific situation. So I encourage everyone to visit the site, lend your support if you can, and or just raise awareness. Maybe post a video about it on your channel. Just help people be aware of this so that this child can get the help that it needs. And please pray for the family. God bless you guys. Take care.